FBI agent Philip Jones interviewed Chad McNeil on the 15th of August 2018. Chad McNeil was interviewed at his place of employment, Anadarko Petroleum Corporation. Agent Greg Zentner, Colorado Bureau of Investigation, was also present during the course of the interview. After being advised of the identities of the interviewing agents and the nature of the interview, McNeil provided the following information. McNeil is an Anadarko field coordinator, and he has known Christopher Watts for a little more than a year. Approximately a year ago, he transferred to Texas for work, but he returned to the Platteville office on or about the 6th of August. During his time in Texas, Watts and Troy McCoy assumed McNeil's area of responsibility within Anadarko's oil field around Platteville, Colorado. This area includes E40 batteries south and east of Weld County Road 22 to Roggen, Colorado and Denver International Airport. McNeil recalled that Watts talked the world of his two daughters. Since returning to Colorado, McNeil had heard Watts talk about his new baby. McNeil described Watts as well-liked. He did not have issues with other individuals, and McNeil was not aware of Watts having any enemies. McNeil was not aware of any issues between his wife and other individuals. McNeil was aware that Watts's daughters had some health issues. On Monday the 13th of August 2018, McNeil was assigned to an oil battery called Servi 319, which is located north of Roggen, Colorado. McNeil recalled that he received a text message from Watts at approximately 6:15 a.m. stating that Watts was at the site. McNeil provided consent for interviewing agents to review and photograph text messages exchanged between McNeil and Watts. These messages are electronically maintained with this document. The actual time of this text message stating, "You headed out to Servi. I'm out here," was 6:41 a.m. McNeil arrived at Servi 319 with Melissa Parrish at approximately 8 a.m. McNeil and Parrish drove separately in their work trucks, but they arrived at the battery together. Watts appeared to be normal, which is described as nice, quiet and pleasant. McNeil also described Watts as a hard worker who gets things done. McNeil noted that Watts's pants were tucked into his boots, and McNeil made a joke about that. Watts appeared to take the joke in good humor. Watts was wearing blue fire-resistant shirt and pants. Servi 319 is described as a standard-size site of approximately a half-acre containing 2 tanks, a separator and a pump. McNeil, Parrish, Watts and Troy McCoy worked on Servi 319 for a while, then left to work on Union Pacific Railroad Company, UPRC, 1029. At UPRC 1029, the operators met Cody Roberts. Roberts had reported a leak on Servi 319 the previous Friday, the 10th of August 2018, but he began his day at UPRC 1029. While at UPRC 1029, Watts began talking on his telephone. McNeil learned that some type of security alarms were activating at Watts's home. Watts explained that a neighbor was at his front door, and he was looking at his phone. Watts took approximately 5 or 6 calls while standing near McCoy's truck. Watts appeared worried and flustered about the alarm. Watts stated something to the effect of, "Something is not right. I have to check it out," and he left UPRC 1029 at approximately noon to go check his house. At approximately 3:23 p.m., McNeil called Watts to ask how Watts was doing. McNeil joked and asked something to the effect of, "Did you catch the robber?" Watts replied that his family was missing. McNeil offered assistance if Watts needed anything. McNeil did not recall Watts making any odd comments during the day or during the follow-up conversation. McNeil was provided contact information for interviewing agents, and he was asked to call if he recalled additional information. Later on the 15th of August 2018, Reiter called McNeil asking for additional directions to Servi 319. McNeil provided the requested information and also advised that he had recalled some additional information. On Monday the 13th of August 2018, McNeil had observed Watts wearing old boots with his pants tucked in as previously stated. McNeil thought the pants being tucked into the boots was unusual, but he was also told by Troy McCoy that Watts had a new pair of boots that he had been wearing. Watts was not wearing a new pair of boots on Monday. McNeil also recalled Watts complaining that he was hot when McNeil and Parrish arrived. McNeil remarked that this complaint was odd as it was only around 8 a.m., and McNeil did not recall it being very warm. McNeil did not recall seeing any perspiration or stains on Watts's clothing. McNeil did not recall if Watts had performed any work on the site by the time McNeil and Parrish had arrived. My thoughts. I don't understand the neighbor being at his home setting off alarms, as McNeil said Chris had said. Surely Chris would have said a friend was there, as Nicole Utoft is not a neighbor. Or was the neighbor also at the door?